hometown USA.
It represents America better than any of the big cities anywhere.
What's kept you here?
Too poor to move anywhere else.
I mean, there's opportunities everywhere. You just got to find them.
You want to make a documentary that nobody's made, talk about the rural slum. Same thing that's happening to the inner city, the way that the wealth moves out and that housing gets backfilled by lower income. That's happening in small town America and no one is talking about it.
Do you feel isolated here being so far from a major city?
No. Never had a desire to go to a bigger town.
More energy is coming into little towns like this.
Being in a small town, you know everybody.
Hell, my house ain't even locked right now.
Welcome back to another video. Today I'm in Ohio, driving along the old National Road, Route 40, which was the first federally funded road in the United States, authorized by Thomas Jefferson in 1811. I'm heading west through Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois, and then up to Wisconsin. But I'm stopping in some towns along the way. I thought this would be interesting because I'm pulling my old 1946 camper. So kind of weaving through the history, you'd probably see something like this on this road way back in the early 1900s. So let's go talk to some people and highlight what it's like in forgotten America. All right, I'm in Hebron, Ohio, just east of Columbus. How would you sum it up here? What's it like?
I guess hometown USA.
Mm-hmm.
It's quiet. Everybody knows everybody.
Do you feel like this is a microcosm of small town America?
I'd say, yeah, even smaller for the most part.
Yeah, I'm exploring like some of the towns along the old National Road.
Yeah.
Like what is it like to live here, and what's the community like?
Well, it's a kind of a sleepy town, but it is probably the fastest growing city in town in Licking County right now. Because we were supposed to have Intel right here. Or not Intel, Microsoft. So Microsoft spent like $30 million to buy a bunch of land right here.
Right here.
And if you look at those trees right over there, you kept going. Yeah, they own, I forget how many acres, but they were supposed to put 6 buildings in.
Do you feel like small town America is changing for the better or the worse?
Small town. I think actually it's changing for the better. Even with the growth, I feel like more energy is coming into little towns like this. And I think, buy local, stay local, serve local. I think all of that is actually having kind of resurgence because of it. So it's a nice little town. It's a great little town.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very charming. Especially, it's literally like Americana, literally.
What's it like living in this area?
It's a very small town, not much to do, as you can see. So, I mean, a lot of, I guess, people just kind of do a lot of backroading, do a lot of outdoorsing stuff.
Yeah.
Personally, for me, I do a lot of hunting, fishing.
Oh, you
because,
hunt?
Yeah, there really isn't much else to do around here. Being in a small town, it everybody, so it really helps out to be able to hear what people think about different things and pretty much talk to everybody in the county.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Okay, I'm jumping back on Interstate 70 now. This was built in the early 1960s and is now the primary way most people get across this part of Ohio and Indiana. But it's interesting because this has now diverted a lot of people away from the towns along Route 40. Most people drive right by and have no idea that these places even exist. This was deemed like the unhappiest city in America. Do you think that's true?
The unhappy city in America?
Are you from here?
I am. I lived a few other places, man, but I don't know about unhappy. There's not really a lot going on here, man. There's not a lot of jobs here, not a lot of places to go out and socialize, but I don't know if it's unhappy as far as unhappy goes.
How has it changed? Like a lot of the industrial factories have kind of moved out and...
Yeah, with all those going, because when I was younger, there was a lot of stuff here. Navistar was a really big place, but then you had steel mills and stuff like that as well. You just don't have that kind of stuff anymore.
What would you want people to know about here who don't know about it?
This is a great place to raise kids. You have crime here like you have anywhere else, but if you just want somewhere that's laid back, it's a great place to raise kids. I think it's a great place to retire. We're centrally located, so we're an hour from Cincinnati, 45 minutes from Columbus, depending on where you're going. Not far from Dayton, So we're here. You can live here and still go, and if you want to go to Columbus and party or Cincinnati party, it's still not, yeah.
This was named the unhappiest city in America by a certain website. I forget what it was. Do you think that's true?
No, I don't. I don't see how it could be possible, but I haven't lived in other cities. But I know in the early 80s, we were also called the America's All-American City.
Really?
Yeah, we were in Newsweek magazine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you think there's a lot of patriotism here?
No, I think there's a lot of polarization here.
Yeah, oh yeah. I can imagine.
And I don't know what people's idea of patriotism is anymore. I mean...
Yeah, I guess it's like American flags and rooting for the best for your country and that kind of thing. What's the political scene here like?
It's way too hateful. You've got your people saying, we love everyone, but they're not the people in charge here.
Yeah. Do you find it to be more right wing or left wing here?
Definitely right wing.
Right wing, okay.
Yes. And it's sad and it's scary.
Hmm.
Where did these people lose their morals and their ethics and their compassion and empathy along the way?
How has it, I guess, since Trump has taken over last year, how has it impacted here at all? Have things changed? Is it noticeable or?
Yes, it's terrible because we had a thriving immigrant community here and people love that. They love the diversity. And then suddenly we're in the news and then there's all these lies being spread. But you've seen a whole bunch of people disappear. And the people that are still here look down. They don't meet your gaze anymore. They don't speak to you anymore. They look down and hopefully want to pass you without being harassed.
Do you think there's opportunity here for the younger generation, or do you see more kids moving out into other bigger cities?
So I don't think that the lack of opportunity is limited to Springfield. I think there's a lack of opportunity all across this country unless you were born into privilege.
Definitely would not have expected to find someone that liberal in a place like this. But now I'm in downtown Springfield, Ohio, which is a little bit of a bigger town along this route. What would you want people to know about here who don't know anything about it?
It's all right, it's what you make of it.
Yeah.
I've been around here came here when I was 14, and I'll be 47 this month.
Oh, really? Is there a lot of opportunity here, or is the opportunities moved to the bigger cities?
Well, there's opportunities everywhere. You just got to find them.
Very interesting to interact with people from all walks of life and totally different backgrounds. I think it's kind of what makes the United States a very unique place. You can have one person living an entirely different life than the person right next door. Okay, I'm into Indiana now. What town are we in right now?
Ladoga.
What's it like?
It's a pretty quiet little town. Drugs.
Drugs.
About that, I think.
What's kept you here?
Too poor to move anywhere else. A friend of mine owns this stuff. It just used to be a car wash and a laundromat. I needed a place to live. Do what you want to it.
Yeah.
Cost me $188 a month, and
Okay.
I pay for taxes, the heat.
I like this town. I love this town. A lot of nice people.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of younger people moving in and screwing everything up.
How so?
Drugs.
Drugs.
And vandalism and thefts.
Really? Is it bad or?
It's starting to get there. But the cops have been on it lately. I mean, there's been several drug busts in the past couple of months where they had to bring SWAT in.
Really? That bad? You think the police are cracking down on that kind of stuff recently, or?
The past month they have been, yes.
Okay.
You know, it's all farm country out here.
Farm?
I mean,
do you farm?
no,
Okay. What brings you out here then?
fishing.
Fishing?
Yeah,
At Shakes?
yeah,
Oh,
fishing.
really?
Well, Sugar Creek, basically. Sugar Creek Basin.
What do you catch?
Smallmouth bass.
Smallmouth bass.
Smallmouth and rock bass. But smallmouth's what I'm targeting.
Gotcha. Do you think small town America is heading in the right direction or wrong direction?
I think it's probably, you know, most small town America is getting swallowed up by the metropolitan areas. They keep pushing out. And, you know, I mean, how much longer are we going to trade farmland for housing?
That's true. That is true.
Somewhere that's got to, you know.
Is it a problem in Indiana?
I don't think so in Indiana so far, but because Indianapolis is really the only major city in Indiana. But, you know, I look at states like Ohio where you've got Cleveland, you know, Toledo even is a big town. Dayton's a big town.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, you know, that's going to be complete. There is going to be no farmland in Ohio before it's done.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a thing.
You know, because there's so much metropolitan area.
First day of the road trip is in the books. So I'm gonna enjoy this night. It's supposed to get down to like 50, which is perfect for camping. We'll wake up in the morning and keep this train moving forward. We are back out on the road this morning. I have about a 4-hour drive. So similar to yesterday, we're gonna stop in some small towns along the way, talk to some people, and continue on our way to Wisconsin.
I was born and raised here, graduated from Fountain Central, and just never had a desire to go to a bigger town. I've always lived out in the country. And
Do you find people are moving here or moving out of here?
Kind of both.
yeah, I mean, I feel like we've had a lot of new ones come from Illinois.
Is there more opportunities popping up here, or do you find people tend to, like, especially the young kids, move to the cities for the opportunities?
I think people move here to get away from, like, Danville and Indianapolis. And, I mean, look at us.
Mm-hmm.
We don't worry about walking down the street. Hell, my house ain't even locked right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we don't worry about that stuff. We represent what America's supposed to be, not what politicians and the government want it to be.
So what keeps you here?
What keeps me here? I like the small town, and I'm a farmer type guy, and I'm rooted to agriculture.
Do you think opportunities are popping up here, or are they more in the cities?
There's no opportunity here, but it depends on how you want to live. Do you want to make a lot of money? Well, it's not likely you're going to do it around here. There are jobs that pay well within, a 45-minute drive or an hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
But right here in the local 3-mile radius, you're not going to make much money.
Are people moving from the cities to towns like this, or is it the opposite way around?
Moving out of Illinois and high property taxes and coming across the state line to the Covington, Veedersburg.
Oh, really?
So Illinois, Cook County runs that whole state, votes the whole state, and that's why it's such a shithole in Chicago. They all vote Democrat.
Yeah.
And then, sorry for your luck for living in Illinois downstate, because you're just out of luck. You don't have a voice. You get to
That's true. It's a good point.
taxes, though. And coming in, we have a gentleman. That is the church pastor at one of the large churches here.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you?
Dave.
I'm Drew.
Nice
Nice to meet you too.
Where you from?
Philadelphia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You doing like a walkthrough or something?
I'm just trying to tell stories kind of what it's like in small town USA. So, yeah.
Cool.
You think small town America is changing for the better or the worse?
Yes, I would say yes, both. So you want to make a documentary that nobody's made? Talk about the rural slum.
Rural slum.
The rural ghetto. Same thing that's happening to the inner city, the way that the wealth moves out and that housing gets backfilled by lower income. That's happening in small town America, and no one is talking about it.
And the same thing with the drug problem and crime problem.
Exactly. So in this community, you have a really interesting confluence of people who've been here forever. These guys are like long-term residents. I would probably be hitting that list now, being here 20 whatever years, and my kids grew up here and graduated high school here. But then the other thing you have is part of the housing gets emptied out by people who got moved away because of their job. And because the housing market is cheap, it gets backfilled with people who aren't really here to be part of the community. They're here because it's a cheap house. And with that come a lot of issues.
Is that
financially
increasing the population? Like, are more people moving here because of that? Or
in fact, this county, so you ask a minister, we study this stuff. County population, 17,000, roughly 17,200, has been there since 1910, hasn't moved up or down, within more than 300 or 400 people. So interesting, 98, 2000, right around there, free and reduced lunch kids who qualified out here was 33%. Today it's above 68%.
Wow.
So then that's just like a government, financial number.
Mhm.
So it tells you something about economically what's happening in the area.
does farming kind of drive the community?
It'd be one of the major drivers, because even a lot of the subsidiary industries are farming related.
Yeah.
But there is some industry too. You got a bumper factory out here that makes bumpers for Toyota and I don't know who else. So, but that's like a $16 an hour job. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a lot of high school graduates or even dropouts wind up out here and work for a while. And so, yeah, I mean, it's blue collar community. In fact, when we've done a couple of church expansion, like building projects. And when we bring in an outside fundraiser to help with doing a capital campaign, one of the first questions I always ask is like, how many doctors, lawyers, that kind of thing do you have in your church? And we're always like, So,
do these towns in this area fall above or below the poverty line in the U.S., if you know?
I would assume right now below, but I don't actually know that. I don't know for sure. I mean, it's definitely
There's going to be such a wide range of income.
Yeah, there really is. Yeah, and there's a real unique phenomenon too, like real estate wise. What's real interesting is in town versus out of town. You put a house outside of town, if you put the same house in town, you're probably looking at half the value.
Interesting.
Because people don't necessarily want to live in the small towns because there is such a kind of a ghetto. There's parts of Veedersburg you can drive by some really nice homes, even some new homes, and there's parts you can drive by and when you realize it's in your town, like that same kind of poverty is right here. Right? So it's just it's interesting. And nobody talks about it. We hear about the inner city on the news all the time and the issues they have. Those issues are here, just no cameras come.
We're glad to live in flyover country, though.
100%.
Well, it's funny. I feel like a lot of people just drive right up on the interstate. They don't get into these areas and have no idea what it's like to live here. So I find it interesting too.
I know Pixar was trying to kind of profile the whole Route 66 thing in the movie Cars. I don't know if they realized how accurately they nailed the dynamic of the interstates and how that changed a small town. It's that movie is, I think, some pretty epic cultural truth.
I hit the jackpot right there. Such interesting knowledge that they were sharing about their town of Veedersburg, Indiana. Sometimes all it takes is just walking into a salon or a coffee shop
That's how you can find the locals and get to know what it's like in places like this.
How has this changed over the years?
It stayed a pretty good small town. A lot of the big industries, some of the industries have left. Solar has moved in, which is a big controversy right now, which a lot of us are not happy about.
Why so?
Well, for one thing, they designate the farmland as not usable, which doesn't make a bit of sense. And so there's other issues too.
So they sell off the farmland to the solar companies?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, that's a cool little camp.
Yeah.
They teardrop, they call it.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know. I probably ain't the best one to talk about this time. It's okay. I mean, it was like opportunities here that you could do that you couldn't really do in other places with small amounts of money. You know what I'm saying? That's cool as shit. What is it?
This 1946 teardrop. Yeah. Yeah, that's where I sleep.
I go crazy in there. Little sleeper. Can I look? Can you let me? Can I look inside?
Yeah, yeah.
I guess we should go ahead.
That's it.
Yeah. It's pretty slick, ain't it? I guess you can't get a good night's sleep if you just lay down.
It is. It's a step up from a tent.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. You kind of able to do things here that you with smaller amounts of money that you couldn't do in bigger cities. So it's like opportunity.
Yep.
You know, to advance yourself to the next step where you might be able to move on to a bigger city or something. And then
do you find people moving here or moving out of here?
Away. Yeah. Most people move away.
Then they go to the cities.
Yeah. But yeah, it's slow. You know, there's not a lot of. Don't have me on TV Rush.
I don't need to get you.
Shit on the city. And then I'll be coming with them. It's a great town. It's a great place.
Those guys were freaking hilarious. They loved the camper, all into it. Seemed like he wanted to go a little bit more in depth on Danville from maybe a political standpoint, but he was not wanting to do so on camera. Anyways, they were great. Officially in the Midwest, a lot of flat land. Do you get any like people from not here stopping through, like on their way on the highway, like that?
Oh yeah,
come through here
because we have an antique store over here.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I've had a few people come from out of town just here too. Even,
really?
So.
That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, so yeah, it's. I don't know. I kind of feel like, well, we don't have a grocery store. That's a big thing.
Do you feel isolated here, being like so far from a major city?
No.
No.
No, not at all.
No interest.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd rather stay here.
The traffic and in Chicago, the violence is horrible there anymore. So, no, I don't feel isolated at all. I mean, if you want to, you can go to the zoos. You can take the train up to Chicago. You know, we're a mobile society. We can get where we need to be. So
that's true.
And I'm not afraid to. So, and I'm not afraid to go to the big cities because of the violence. It's just one of those things where you have to be cautious.
For sure.
I think it's one of those things too. It's like here you can just walk on the sidewalk, say, hey, how you doing to everyone that walks by. But in a city, it's like you can't really do that. I mean, you could, but you don't get as much, of a response back. I see you all the time on your little cart.
My little golf cart. That's the little golf cart.
Okay.
Everyone knows me because it's purple. And you guys have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can drive those in town.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely don't see that in a major city.
Oh, no, not at all. So.
It's funny, people seem to travel around in golf carts in these towns. I've seen about 5 in the last minute, and this is not the only town where people are doing this. So that was Minonk. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but very interesting. It just seems to be the same recurring theme each of these towns that I go to. People seem very happy and they enjoy where they live, and almost everyone mentions the safety as being a predominant factor as to why they remain in the town. I have arrived at my final destination, campground right outside of Rockford, Illinois. What an incredible 2 days that was. I really hope you guys enjoyed getting a glimpse into small town America. This opened up my worldview in a way that I would have never expected in my home country. Just to hear the stories of the people in these towns was really, really interesting. As I've explained through the video, most people just pass through on the interstates or fly over, but I don't think many people really get to see the people of these towns. And it provides a reality of really what real America is, I think. That's kind of what I gathered from those people. And it's a similar theme no matter what town I was in. People really enjoy the quiet life away from the cities. So this was a really unique opportunity to hear from the people on the ground. It's true journalism, finding out what life is like away from the spotlight and the storylines. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. I am off to Wisconsin tomorrow, so we'll have a couple videos from there, and then I'll be up through Canada a little bit later in the week. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys very soon from the next video. Peace.